All right. What up, everybody? Again, sorry for those multiple technical difficulties putting up. The technical difficulty was trying to make a fresh cup of coffee while keeping the music going, and the kitchen's in the other room, and you got water boiling. little easier said than done, but I did it. So there's a fresh cup of coffee, and hopefully y'all can see this. My Hungry Ghost press mug, local Rhode Island screen printer, and I am enjoying the coffee of the day. So the coffee of the day is this right here, TurntableLab Blend 1 Coffee for Records. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit before I get into the tasting notes. There you go, TurntableLab Blend 1. So TurntableLab, if you weren't here for the beginning of the show, TurntableLab is an awesome shop / company. It's by DJs, producers, and audiophiles, and they make and sell things for DJs, producers, and audiophiles. So if you find a turntable on there, recording interface, speakers, whatever, they don't sell crap. And they're not paying me to say this. I've been a long-time customer of theirs. And so it was interesting that I started this Double Shot Sunday show mixing coffee and music, and they came out with a coffee that is for record listening, apparently. So I'm going to give my first taste now. I want to talk about the coffee, and then I'll talk about how it was brewed and what I'm tasting and what they're describing. It's pretty damn good. I was a little skeptical because I was like, what does TurntableLab know about coffee? Sorry. So here's the deal. A couple of things I've noticed when researching this coffee. So it's blend 1, and usually a blend means different types of beans being used in a quote-unquote blend. What is interesting, though, is that when you look on the back, it says it's from Oaxaca, Mexico, as far as the origin of the bean, and that if you look on the official website, and I'll put the links to all this in the chat later on, but if you look at the website, it doesn't say it on the bag, but it says it's single origin, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because usually single origin means that that's one bean, it's of single origin, yet this is a blend. So I don't know if it was like a packaging thing versus like the description on the site, or maybe it's the blend as far as like a DJ blend. I'm not sure, but that's like a little contradictory in my opinion. Says the bean origin is Oaxaca, Mexico, and it's whole bean and fair trade, which is always nice. And it says roasted at 175 Van Dyke Street in Brooklyn. If you actually look that up, I think that is the address of Gotham Coffee Roasters. So I did a little research on Gotham Coffee Roasters, and all of their blends, none are from Oaxaca, Mexico. They're different parts of South America, but not Oaxaca, Mexico. And even their single origin stuff, there is one from Mexico, but a different part of Mexico. So it looks like this was custom made for TurntableLab. So it seems like TurntableLab is the only place to get the TurntableLab coffee, which would make sense. As far as the tasting notes go, it says notes of fig Newton, chocolate, and apple. I'm definitely getting the fig Newton and apple from it. But I think it also depends on the brewing method. So for this, I try to use a brewing method that's more of a daily driver and something I can actually make during the show. Trying a V60 might have been a little bit difficult, or it might have been easier depending on in V60. When I talk about that, it means pour over. I used a mocha pot. I used the James Hoffman. I've mentioned that guy before. Big coffee nerd. His method of using a mocha pot, which you preheat the water, and then that way, that's why I kept doing the technical difficulties. I had to preheat the water, and then you put the coffee in after, and then you put it on the burner. So that way you're not burning the coffee while it's on the stove. You're preheating the water and you're just using the stove to get pressure to get the extraction. Gives you a less acidic cup of coffee. I've tried this. I found it to be true. And it's worked here. So I got a nice cup of coffee going. I would be interested to try this. I made a shot of espresso earlier. That's what I was drinking when the stream started. It does taste different. There's still those tasting notes there, but I'm definitely getting the fig Newton and apple. Not so much of the chocolate here, but still a good cup of coffee. I would recommend it. I'll put the links to the Gotham Coffee Roasters, TurntableLab, Big King. I'll put that all in the chat. But that's my thoughts on it. Is that it's definitely more of the fig Newton and apple notes. I noticed when I brewed a double shot of espresso, I got more of the sweetness and the chocolate from it. But my palate could be awful too. So that's really what I got from it. But it's a damn good cup of coffee. The tasting notes make sense. Don't really know the whole single origin versus blend. You're calling it blend, but yet your website says single origin. That seems almost contradictory. As far as the roast, they don't mention the roast on here nor on the TurntableLab website. When taking a look at the beans, I noticed probably more of a medium roast. It was definitely not on the light side, so it was right in the middle though. It wasn't a dark roast from just looking at the beans and the oil that was on the beans themselves. But yeah, I think this is about $18-19 for a pound of specialty coffee. That's not completely unheard of. I paid that amount for Bolt. Shout out to Bolt. They were the Bolt Coffee Roasters Providence was featured on the first couple episodes. So now if you want to join me in this stuff, I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview into the next episode, because the only thing I haven't tried yet as far as brewing method for this coffee is cold brew. And there's a reason why. I have a cold brew maker from a Japanese company called Hario. And Hario, it's an ingenious product. I want to give that its own episode. So next episode, we're going to have this coffee again, but the main star of the show, the coffee part, it's not going to necessarily be the type of coffee, but the brewing method, and that's going to be the Japanese Hario cold brew maker. So we're going to be doing cold brew. And Hario being a long-standing coffee specialty company out of Japan, they make great products. They make great grinders. They're really known for that, but this cold brew bottle I have is pretty ingenious in its design, a really simple way to make cold brew. I'll put the links to that as well towards the end of the episode. With that being said, we're going to have the Hario cold brew, Japanese cold brew maker, and we're going to do Japanese City Pop. So Japanese City Pop is going to be the music, and the Hario cold brew maker is going to be the coffee part. So that's going to be for the next episode of Double Shot Sunday. Hope y'all are excited. Hope y'all have been enjoying this. Would like to see some activity in the chat. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully the mic issue has been solved. I did some testing last night, got a different mic, figured out the mic preamps on the mixer a little bit, did some tweaking. Hopefully the audio is coming through. Third time's the charm, I guess. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Hope you guys, gals, everybody enjoying themselves. This is Double Shot Sunday. We reviewed the TurntableLab blender single origin. Maybe I should write TurntableLab and just ask them what's up with that. But definitely a damn good cup of coffee, even if you're making it, drip, pour over. I brewed espresso with it. I also did in the good old stovetop mocha pot, and definitely the description matches up that Fig Newton and apple notes. So if you're going for that kind of like sweet with a little bit of acidity vibe to it, this is a coffee for you. And I'll put the links in the chat, and we're gonna get back into the music. This is Double Shot Sunday, everybody. Cheers.